Hello, everyone. It's Belinda Ellsworth here, and I have a question for you. Is there ever a day where you wake up and you just don't feel motivated or you don't feel like doing what you know that you need to do? Are you putting off the things that are important because you're just kind of feeling down or in the dumps? Do you ever feel like nothing's going to go right and everything is going wrong and you don't know how to change it or fix it? What are the feelings that you're having each and every single day? Because our attitude makes up about 80% of our activities. And so today we are going to talk about what it takes to keep a healthy, positive attitude because these are habits. It isn't just by chance that some people are lucky or some people just are happier. And we're going to kind of talk about what really creates that healthy, positive energy and why is it that some people seem to have it all of the time and it's something elusive for you that you just can't grasp onto. So let's dive in and let's talk about the top 10 ways to keep a healthy, positive attitude. All right, let's start with number one. And number one is an important one. It's surrounding yourself with positivity. And so, what does that mean exactly? Well, it's a lot of different things. So, surrounding yourself with positivity, let's talk about things first. So, a disorganized space, whether that's your workspace or your home, a disorganized, disheveled, chaotic space will create chaos in your mind as well. So, making sure that you have things at least organized and as neat as you possibly can is going to help you to enjoy your space so much more just straight out of the gate. The second thing is things that you are looking at that bring joy into your thoughts or make you happy. So, like different photographs that you might have, or positive affirmations, or things on your wall. Like, just to give you just a tiny little example, like I'm in my office right now, and in that office, I have pictures. So, pictures at conferences that I've done with different leaders and different people that I've shared the stage with that I have great memories of. And I'm like, wow, like that was an awesome event. So, that brings me joy when I see it. And it reminds me of just a really fun, great time in my career. So, that feels really good. Then I also have pictures of my children and my grandchildren so that I am looking at them and they make me smile. I have a few pieces, not too many left, of like artwork that my daughter did when she was really young. And that's just kind of fun. There's a couple pieces that I've kept in here. The other thing that I have as I look around this room, like I'm looking in here right now, there's one piece of artwork that is all, it's a collage of different positive sayings and positive quotes, and it's all done on ceramic tiles that is absolutely gorgeous. And it was something that I got for my 50th birthday, and that is hanging on the wall. And I love, it brings me joy to look at it. It reminds me of where I got it. Which was in Key West when we went to Key West for the weekend, and we picked that up at an art fair there. And now I have several other pieces of art from that artist. But like when I look at it, there's just really cool sayings on that, and it feels really good. And then I have, like I mentioned, photographs. I have an amethyst crystal that I absolutely love. I've got some other pieces of glass in here that I love. And then I've got a nice collage picture of my daughter in several different of her theater performances that I absolutely just, that brings me just a huge, great amount of joy. So, what are you surrounding yourself with to look at that is going to add joy or bring joy into your life? The next one is surrounding, this is all about positivity. So, we're surrounding ourselves with things that we're seeing. And then the next one is we are surrounding ourselves with positive people. People have the ability to drain all of your energy and then or to lift you up. Almost everybody is either probably pulling you one way or the other. And so, is there someone in your circle of influence or your circle of life that just is pretty negative or is always looking at the glass half empty. We like to call them Eeyore personalities. Like they just remind you of Eeyore every single day when you're talking to them, just their whole cadence of speech, tone of speech, nothing's going right. So, some people we love and care about, but you don't have to spend every day or you don't have to talk to them every day. And you certainly would not go to that person looking for them to boost your morale or your energy level or get you excited. Because if you're going to go to them even with an idea about business, they're probably going to say, yeah, that's going to be real tough. I don't know. I don't know how you do what you do because I couldn't do that. That's not who you need to be going to for advice. So you want to surround yourself with positive people that are going to either love on you and, give you really great feedback. And sometimes you kind of know who those people are in your life. Like, no, you've got this, you can do this, or, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Or the second type of person is if you're kind of feeling down and they're going to kick your butt, like they're a good support friend or colleague that is going to say, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? You're probably one of the best people I know at doing this. So it's that person who's going to tell you like it is and kind of kick your butt. And then the third person is, who is your support person that is solution oriented? Like I can go to them, here's what I'm dealing with, and they are quick to say, okay, let's think about this. Have you thought about this? Have you considered this? I would like to believe that for most of my friends, and if you look back on, I've got letters even that I still have from my cousins when we were only like 10 and 11, and that's who I was to them. They would come to me and say, I really need your advice. And that's the person I was. I continue to be that for a lot of my friends. I'm extremely solution oriented. Like, okay, there is no barrier. We're going to figure this out. Do you have 3 people like that in your circle of influence or in your life that you can go to when you need that? Because that's going to be extremely helpful. Number 2 is practicing daily gratitude. Now, we talked about this in one of our episodes last week. If you didn't catch that whole series on gratitude or the whole presentation on gratitude, you should probably go back to that. But using a gratitude journal is the number one way to keep a healthy, positive attitude. Because when we are focused on what works versus what doesn't, when we focused on what we have versus on what we don't, we are able to see things in a completely different light than always looking at that glass half empty. And I don't know about you, but like I shared last week, I keep a glass on my desk so that I can be reminded, is it full or is it empty? When I have an attitude of what possibilities is this day going to bring versus what challenges is my day going to bring, I take on the day in a completely different way. And I would encourage you to do the same. What possibilities lie ahead? Not what obstacles lie ahead. What could possibly go wrong? You've heard that old saying, what can possibly go wrong will go wrong, only if that's what you think. So instead, and there's a lot of people that fall victim, like something goes wrong in their business. And then they're like, oh, I was going along and everything was great. Then this happened. And then now I'm dealing with this and I'm not sure I can even do this. And I just look at them and I go, that's business. Like business is ups and downs. So the sooner that you can just get over that somehow you're a victim of this and just realize this, the more situations you put yourself in, the more challenges that are apt to occur. The more situations you're likely to have that'll go wrong. Like if you're really working and doing your business at 100% and it's growing like crazy, well, guess what? The challenges are going to be coming at you a lot faster too. It's part of doing business. So the sooner that you can just get rid of that attitude that somehow that this is happening to you instead of this is just part of doing it, but I've got all these great things going on. How can I deal with this? How can I fix this? Like this is just a bump in the road and I need to get over the bump. The sooner that you take on that attitude versus why is this happening to me, the sooner that you are not even going to look, those challenges aren't any longer unsurmountable. They're just daily activities. And that is the difference. I've had a pretty successful business over the years. And, up until COVID, I was moving at breakneck speed. I truly was. And so, yes, things happened, but I didn't look at them as like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? Well, it's happening because I'm doing about 20 things in a day. So not everything is going to go perfect every single minute of every single day. That's just life. And so we can either look at it as a victim or we look at it as just a product of doing life, of doing business, and things happen. It's how I choose to deal with them. It's how I choose to view it, is how I'm going to get through this that much quicker. So that's part of keeping a healthy, positive attitude. So using a gratitude journal, honestly, it can keep you in a mindset of abundance versus scarcity. It can keep you in a mindset of here's what I have that's working, not what's not working. And sometimes we just need to be reminded of that, and we need to remind ourselves of that on a pretty regular basis. So if you're using a gratitude journal daily or, several times in a week, you're going to feel a whole lot better about how you take on the week. The next one is to stay humble and curious. So if you want to have a healthy, positive attitude, one of the things that I see missing from a lot of people today is their lack of curiosity. So staying humble is one of the things I've always said to salespeople or even in business is, you're really only as good as the gig you did yesterday. So some people can say that's kind of negative, but if you always have that, like, yeah, I did really great over there, but now I just need to keep moving. Like, that doesn't make me so great. And that stops your ego from sort of taking over. People always ask me, why did that business fail? Gosh, that business was like on top of the world. Why did that business fail? And I always say, failure generally comes from two things. Greed and ego, and it's usually either one or the other, or it's a combination of both. So if we can stay humble, if we can just say, wow, yeah, that was a great achievement that I had yesterday, but yesterday's done. I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to move on to the next great thing that I'm going to do. And then you will stay in a place of being humble, I promise. And so that's just a little thing like that I've always kept in my mind. You're just as good. You're only as good as the gig you did yesterday. So I just need to continue to learn. I need to continue to grow. I need to continue to, and if I were to be super honest with you right now, that's probably where my struggle in the last couple of years has come from, is because I am going back to how it was, what I had, what I've lost. Oh my gosh, it's been really tough. And COVID kind of wrecked everything. So I can stay living in that space or I can choose to move on from that space. Yes, it sucked really bad. But it's only as good as the gig I did yesterday. It's time to create a new gig. Let's go. That's the attitude. And when you change that attitude, then suddenly you wake up and you've got more energy. You're looking at possibilities. You're making your list of what you want to do and you're moving forward. So stay humble and stay curious. And curious this is the other thing that I see. This is where ego comes in, is that people start to think that, oh, I know everything. Like when you even go to teach somebody something, they're like, oh yeah, I know that. Oh, I've done that. And it's like, you have to remain a student. You have to remain open to all kinds of ways of doing things, and things are constantly changing. In fact, business is changing so rapidly with different tools and resources and the way everything is done, that you have to keep an open mind of curiosity in ways that people are doing things, new things that are available to you. How can you implement those things? And just stay curious about life. It really opens your whole mind to really great conversations with people. I love watching documentaries on all sorts of things, how things are made, music documentaries, all kinds of different business documentaries. I love watching these because I'm learning something new And then it never fails that sometimes I'm in a conversation and people will say, "Oh, have you heard about whatever?" And then you're able to say, "Oh, yeah, I saw a documentary on this and they were saying blah, blah, blah." And it engages you in a conversation. You're learning something new that you didn't know before. This is going to keep you in a really healthy, positive attitude. So the next one is positive self-talk. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here because I've got so many of them. So the next one on here is positive self-talk. And this one is so big, and I don't think people really pay enough attention to it. But this is one of the quotes that I've had in a variety of different things. But the story you tell yourself is the one you will believe. So I want you to think about that again. So think about what I'm saying. The story you tell yourself is the one you will believe. So we need to make sure that we're telling ourselves a good story. How many times do you get up in a day and you're saying, "Oh," or you say things like, "Oh, I'm so disorganized." Or even you say things like, "I am so stressed out right now. Oh, I am so overwhelmed right now." The more that you keep telling yourself that throughout the day, the more you'll believe it. So if you tell yourself that you're not smart enough, you don't know how to do anything, there for a while, I would say, "Oh, technology is not my friend. I am not good at technology." And then I just found that in saying that again and again and again, guess what? What I was saying is, I can't learn this. I'm never going to be good at it. This is my Achilles heel. And yet it was something that I needed to embrace. And so even when I would feel frustrated or thinking, this does not come naturally to me, that's really what it is that I've discovered is for some people, they grew up with just a massive more amount of technology. And so it comes more naturally to them. It doesn't for me. I've got to really learn it, then practice it and put it into action and do it again and again. And then I start to go, okay, I've got it. And then the next thing you know, it changes and you're having to learn it again. But I quit saying, "Oh, technology is not my friend. It's my Achilles heel." Like I started saying, "You know what? Technology, and I would also say technology is not my strong suit." I quit saying that. I would just say, "I'm learning. I'm taking on new challenges every day, but technology is important and it's not something that comes easy for me, but it's something I'm tackling." And then people would go, "Oh," and then they look at you differently. Before, when I would say, "Oh yeah, technology is not my friend," people immediately then look at you like if you're a business consultant and think, "Oh yeah, I don't want that business consultant because she's not even open to different types of technology." So the message, not only am I telling myself internally and believing, it's the message I'm also giving to other people. So what is your self-talk? And the thing, we all do it, right? The thing that you have to do is catch yourself and even say back to yourself, "No, you're not." Like, "Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot." Like, "No, you're not." "Oh gosh, this was awful." No, it wasn't. It was a setback. Like, you've got to start speaking to yourself kindly. We speak to ourselves worse than we speak to most people. Like, you wouldn't choose to speak to other people that way. So why in the world are you choosing to talk to yourself like this? So self-talk is also going to help you increase your own self-esteem and the way that you see yourself and the way that you think about yourself. The next one is don't borrow future worry, like stay present. So if we want to keep a healthy, positive attitude, one of the things that we can have a tendency to do is to think about the what if. "Oh, well, what if this happens? Well, what if that doesn't work out? Well, what if I get down the road and then it's all for nothing?" Well, we're worrying about future things that haven't even happened yet. And so try to learn, like our theme for this year with our planner and our other products is be present, take action. Because if you are living in the moment you are right now, you're going to be able to not have this worry. Worry, doubt, and fear is the opposite of a healthy, positive attitude. So those are the things that we want to try to eliminate, right? And the best way to do that is by being present. The next one is celebrate progress, not outcomes. And this is one that I think a lot of people struggle with. We've got to celebrate. I know you've heard this saying, celebrate small wins. And it is celebrate your progress, not the outcome. This is one of the reasons, I know I've shared that I'm big on goal setting, but one of the reasons that people don't like to set goals or they feel that they're detrimental to them is because they're never getting to celebrate. They don't hit that certain thing or that benchmark. And then they're like, I'm always just disappointed or I'm always feeling let down. So I think it's better not to even have a goal. That's what I hear from a lot of people. And the truth of it is, it's how are you celebrating the journey, not the outcome. So yes, the benchmarks might need to be moved and they might need to be adjusted, but we're celebrating our progress. And that is an important piece of keeping a healthy, positive attitude. So celebrate your progress, not just the outcome. So it's important to say, all right, and then we might need to adjust that outcome, right? And that's okay too. So don't be fearful of goals, because having a goal is moving you in a forward positive direction, and not having a goal will keep you semi-stuck in the same place. That is just the truth of it. And so we can't give too much power to goals. That's where many of you feel let down or that you don't want to do it. We just can't let them have power over us, that's the end all be all. So celebrate those small wins. And I have to say, I talk about like things to do and the difference between men and women. And men will make, these short lists of, if they even make a list, but if they do, they're short. They're usually 4 things on this list to do. And boy, oh boy, when they get that done, and especially if you give them a list to do and they get it done, they're like, whew, I'm good. They'll go golfing, they'll watch a game, they'll do something to celebrate. Like they're in celebration mode. Women make lists of things to do that are as big as whatever piece of paper they have. If it's 23 lines, they'll put 23 items. If there's, 15 lines on that paper, they'll put 15 items. This is just a psychology wise, it's what we do. And when we get done with the list and we cross everything off, do we celebrate? Do we stop and celebrate? No, we turn the page and start a new list for the next day. That's how women's brains are wired. And so I want to encourage you, you've got to stop and celebrate. And it doesn't require, celebration isn't like a huge celebration. It literally could be, I'm going to sit down here with, a glass of wine, or I'm going to sit here with a cup of tea, like whatever your preference is. Maybe I'm going to draw myself a really nice bath and I'm just going to enjoy that. Maybe I'm going to sit here and relax into a really good book or read your favorite magazine. And this is small ways to celebrate, but acknowledge the biggest piece is in the mindset, right? I had a good day. That's why we want to keep our list never more than 10 things, and we want to keep them doable to what is important for that day, not borrowing again for many, many future days. So let's focus on the main thing is the main thing for today. So that's going to help you and celebrate those small wins and to keep a healthy, positive attitude. The next one is protect. Protect your energy level and limit negative influences. So this one is important, and all I can say, and I love news. Like I love news and knowing information, and I follow a lot of news YouTubers and watch that. But as you're working, I save the time for when I catch up with that. Oh, it's time for me to catch up with my news. But limit the negative information that you are taking in. We can't keep our head in the sand. I like to be knowledgeable, but we can limit how much of that we are taking in at any one given time, because that's going to wear on you. And that's how a lot of people are feeling right now, honestly. So we want to limit those negative influences. We also have negative people in our lives. And I've kind of talked about this a little bit in the beginning, but I want to take this just a little bit deeper. We all have people in our lives that we want affirmation from them. And they're not going to give it to us almost no matter what. It's not in their DNA to do it. And so why do we keep going back to that well, hoping to get filled up when we're not going to get filled up? Like, there's different people in your life, and there's people in my life, and I go to them and I'm saying, oh, this is really exciting, and this just happened, and they're like, yeah, well, just wait, such and such, you better be careful then, because they don't like to take risks, and so they want to tell you how somebody they know got completely screwed over in this situation. And so why do we go to that person looking for that affirmation, like, oh my gosh, that is exciting? If you know that person is wired that way, find a new person to go to. And it's usually somebody that we care about, like somebody that we care about what they think, or we want to finally get them to say, wow, you knocked it out of the park. Maybe that person's never going to say that. And so quit going to that well looking to get filled up when you're never going to get filled up. So avoid those negative influences. Practice healthy, balanced lifestyle. This is going to also help keep you with a healthy, positive attitude. I can say for positive, this, and I'm going to be sharing on this YouTube channel about my whole health journey. It's been like 16 months now. I've lost 70 pounds in 16 months. But and a lot of that has been moving. It's been working out. It's been starting to do strength training, which I had never really done in my whole entire life. And it has been a game changer. But when I walk, if all you do is walk, I walk outside, but when I get outside and I'm walking and I'm in nature and I'm, more grounded, it's like it gives me an energy that's hard to describe. And sometimes you dread doing any kind of like physical activity, like working out. And there are days even now where I just go, oh man, I don't feel like it. But then I get on there like, nope, this is the time I scheduled. I'm going to get on that treadmill. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get out on the trail. The only time I get on the treadmill, honestly, is when it's too cold outside. Like if I could have my druthers, I'd be outside. Sometimes I dread like, oh, I need to do this. But then I go, and then I get into it, and then I'm really glad I did, and I've got twice as much energy when I get back. And I'm thinking, my brain is firing, I sit down, and then I start like planning out the next things that I want to do. So make sure that you're having physical activity. Because if you are not, then that is going to, it also is going to deplete your energy. So we got to take care of ourselves. We got to have, eat healthy, you're going to feel better. If you're exercising, you're going to feel better. If you're doing even kind of stretching, you're going to feel better. And if you're feeling better, you're going to show up better. When you're not feeling good, that weighs on your attitude. It just does. And if anybody says differently, they're not being honest about it. Your attitude isn't going to be as healthy if you're not feeling well. So we want to try to keep ourselves healthy. The next one is practice a healthy, balanced lifestyle. And what that means is you have to add in things that bring you joy. You can't just work. Like, it is not going to make you happy I love working. Like I've always enjoyed my job. It's one of the reasons I entitled my podcast Work from Your Happy Place, because if you love what you do, it's never going to feel like a day of work, right? Absolutely. But I know that I have to be balanced. I have to enjoy time with people that I care about. I have to have some hobbies outside of that, or otherwise, you're suddenly going to be left with, what do I do? So you got to try to maintain or manage that healthy, balanced lifestyle as much as you can. I'm not going to say I was always good at it, but I will tell you that, when COVID happened and I was grounded, and then suddenly it was like, oh my gosh, I found that, like, what am I going to do? There was a period, there was days there where I didn't even know what to do with myself. Like, seriously. And so I have now learned, like, I've got to add in those other hobbies, other interests, things that are going to make me happy, because you can't count on work to be your sole source of energy and happiness. It's got to be through people, it's got to be through things you enjoy, and we have to practice this balanced lifestyle. And the last one is mindfulness and meditation. And many of you will do this in whatever way you choose to do it. It could be listening to a devotional. It could be listening to an inspirational story. Maybe there's a podcast that you like to listen to that's just inspirational stories. It could be through prayer. It could be through meditation. It could be through breath work. But find something, find your thing that helps you to get recentered, that helps you to stay sort of calm, that helps you to feel renewed, to feel energized, and practice that. Now, I saved that one for last. Some people would probably put it first, but everybody is different in this area of this mindfulness. And for some people, it's new to bring that in. So really think about, what is it that gets you kind of just centered and starts your day. A lot of times that happens first thing in the morning. Or for some people, it's the last thing at night. So what is it that just sort of centers you, calms you, can stop you from sort of unraveling or feeling overwhelmed? Or what is it what's your go-to that can help you for that mindfulness and meditation? And sometimes it is just doing a meditation app. For people that have never done that before and they start doing it, they're like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So find something that you can practice that does that for you. So that wraps up today. Those are your top 10 ways to have a healthier, positive attitude. Again, you can check out in our description. There's a link for our gratitude journal if you're looking for one to get started with. I highly recommend that. All right, everybody, we'll see you next time.